Downtown Disney demolition continues. New Orleans Square is going through a lengthy overhaul aesthetically, and wait times, well, they're just not what they seem anymore. We'll dive into that so much more. It's time to drop into Disneyland. What's happening, friends? Wait for the Kingdom Report back with you once again, covering all the latest headlines, trending topics, and news coming out of the Disneyland Resort. The happiest place on earth is where we are at today. First and foremost, though, let's talk about the fact that on this day that I was visiting, no theme park reservations were available. In fact, a sign was proclaiming such at all entry points around the resort. It is rare that we see this sign, but it was making its presence known. In addition to that, the parks just didn't seem all that busy on this particular day. Now, we have been recently where the theme parks have been bursting at the seams and it is so crowded. However, you take a look at wait times on this day as well, and really, truly, the wait times weren't all that bad by comparison to what we've seen recently. So, reservations unavailable, and yet very few people, it felt like, were in the parks, making it unbearable. I want to also share with you that when it came to wait times, I jumped on Haunted Mansion, which was quoted as a 35-minute wait at the time, only ended up being 16 minutes of a wait. From there, I moved on over to Star Tours. It was quoted at 45 minutes and only actually became a 28-minute wait. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. A lot of the quoted wait times are never usually what they seem. In addition to that, Indiana Jones Adventure, quoted at 50 minutes, ended up being 29 minutes. Things completely thrown off right now by the Genie Plus lightning lane options for these attractions. We've been sharing with you for months since Genie Plus rolled out inflated wait times across the apps as well as the marquees. If it's not something you want to plunk down $20 for the Genie Plus service, you might still be in good shape and not have to worry about waiting nearly as long as what you see. We jump on over to Fantasyland now, where the Royal Theater recently came back from its refurbishment looking fresh, new, and vibrant. The princesses also moved back into this space underneath the canopy for the sake of meeting and greeting, but this isn't the only place you can meet princesses, as they do remain across the walkway over at the Royal Hall, at least out in front of the Royal Hall at this point. So if you're looking for princesses, you've got quite a few of them to select from here in Fantasyland. Deeper into the land we go, just behind Sleeping Beauty Castle, the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, which we've been covering for you in months since Disneyland reopened. Well, it hasn't had its makeover element inside the store since Disneyland came back online, mainly due to the fear of COVID-19. Well, we recently heard that the Walt Disney World Resort has postings looking for fairy godmothers in training, hairstylists that will come back and do the makeovers. Could that very well be the next step for the Disneyland Resort's Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique? We sure hope so. And we gallop on into Frontierland, where the sailing ship Columbia has returned from its refurbishment, glistening and looking so fresh. The ship is ready to set sail once again across the rivers of America. And just across from the ship's point of entry, you do have Zocalo Park, where Mirabelle from Encanto has moved in to meet and greet all of the guests. We move on over now to New Orleans Square, where there is so much going on aesthetically in this land. Major changes, lots of walls are up. Just in front of Pirates of the Caribbean is two major changes, and that is, there aren't any trees. When was the last time you were able to see Pirates of the Caribbean, at least the structure outside the facade, unobstructed like this? Well, it's a new, fresh look, mainly because those trees have been cut down and they will be removed. The queue space will be completely realigned for the sake of moving all of those lines that we used to see outside to a more tucked in and easier to manage queue space. In addition to that, you look across New Orleans Square here, where you see lots of walls stretching all the way down, almost the entire length of the land, because they are removing the tiered setup structures that used to be available for you when it came to Fantasmic. Well, those are being removed for the sake of being flattened out. And right in front of Cafe Orleans, if you had a reservation and we're looking forward to that epic view of Rivers of America, yeah, you're not getting it. Walls are up for that tiered structure removal. Also in New Orleans Square, we noticed that the two panel doors that were covering this facade's entryway, that also leads into Club 33, This is a space that now has the doors open, and the Club 33 staff is sitting in the corridor. It looks like there are some walls behind them. Perhaps there's some work going on in the Club 33 main entrance, and therefore they needed to adjust and move over a little bit. We swing around the corner, and Blue Bayou is set to go under its own refurbishment starting April 21st. It doesn't have a reopening date at this point. However, if you are looking forward to grabbing yourself a little bit of dining inside the restaurant within Pirates of the Caribbean, you better make a reservation fast. And out on the rivers of America, you see work continuing on the Fantasmic infrastructure, bringing this show back to us May the 28th. They are working at a breakneck pace to try and get everything refreshed, renewed, and ready for the epic nighttime spectacular's return. We blast off into the future now, where you see walls still up in front of Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. Signs have been removed that once told us this attraction was resurfacing in winter 2022. We take a look behind the walls and you can see for yourself there is still a lot of work going on in here, and yeah, winter has come and gone. Therefore, we do expect that this attraction will be back up and operating by late spring 2022. Jumping on over to Main Street USA now, where the characters remain on top of the Main Street train station platform doing their distanced meet and greets to all who come to this happy place, welcoming them. And just alongside Disneyana, the moment you walk through the right-hand tunnel, well, yeah, the souvenir stand is behind wraps right now, getting some TLC. Across Town Square, guided tours, which has been offline since Disneyland officially returned last year, may be coming back. In fact, we've been hearing rumors that potentially guided tours like A Walk in Walt's Footstep, the special upcharge tours that you can purchase online and come be a part of when you visit the park, may be returning this summer. However, training has not started for the cast members that work in guest relations yet. We'll have to wait and see. Heading on over to Adventureland now, Tarzan's Treehouse is kind of becoming a running joke at this point. It's blown through multiple deadlines to return, and that is because we believe fully that there must be infrastructure issues here. Otherwise, they would have reopened a long time ago. We hope everything gets figured out and this attraction gets brought back to us very fast. And if you are somebody who feels like, man, there's an awful lot of things that seem to be closed down right now, well, yeah, you'd be right. As a matter of fact, on the Kingdom Report live broadcast this past week, we talked about all of the closures between Disneyland and California Adventure and just how many of those happen to be occurring within the next month and a half. Everything from Toontown being completely shut down, Pirates of the Caribbean being offline, major nighttime spectaculars not returning until late April. There is a lot of things compiled by whole lands like Tomorrowland, which are almost half offline entirely. You have the Tomorrowland Terrace stage show, which just not even being utilized anymore. Star Wars Launch Bay, the double-decker building in the land, only being used for character meet and greets at a distance and the occasional Disneyland band performance. And of course, the Magic Eye Theater, all things that could be gobbling up lots and lots of people, completely offline with no real indication as to when they might return. Right next door to the Magic Eye Theater, Starcade. Yeah, it was last used for a Magic Key lounge, and now it's just sitting dormant with blacked out windows. Lots of space that could be utilized here going into summertime, which just isn't, unfortunately. Welcome to Disney California Adventure, where the jammin' chefs aren't just out making sure you can taste the delicacies of the Food and Wine Festival, they want you to hear them, too. Here in Hollywood Land on this beautiful spring day, we check in on some projects that are going on, and the cement work that was happening in front of the animation building last week, well, yep, it's been wrapped up. You can see where they've laid the new cement. However, across the street, just next to Schmoozies, the work continues. Elsewhere in the Hollywood Backlot section, we reported for you last week that the Stage 12 facility, which was hosting an Avengers meet and greet location, a jet for Captain Marvel was here. It's all been removed, and the artwork that used to be on those barn doors on the outside, well, that's also been removed. Looking forward to seeing whatever comes to this space next. Over in Avengers Campus, Ant-Man and the Wasp were out saying hello, as was Iron Man, meeting, greeting, and hitting you with all the right puns. From Avengers Campus, we move on into Cars Land, or should I say drive on into Cars Land, where they have two major attractions that will be going under brief refurbishments coming up. Mater's Junkyard Jamboree being one of those. Hop aboard your own swinging tractor, or at least until you can. Starting April 25th, it will be going under refurbishment. No return date yet announced by Disney. And up the road, Luigis Rollickin' Roadsters going down April the 11th through April the 15th. And remember when I said that the theme park reservations were completely out on this day? Well, more evidence that things were just not all that busy. Tables completely empty during this peak food and wine festival time, and lines for all of the food shacks that we've shown you in recent weeks. Well, the marketplaces barely had lines. This was kind of an incredible sight to be sure, and it was a perfect day to experience all things food and wine festival here at Disney California Adventure. We slide on out to the Grizzly Peak Recreation Area, where water has returned and rafts are now cycling. The Grizzly River Run attraction will be coming back to us very soon. This refurbishment lasting through March the 30th. Looking forward to having a splashing good time once again. And out to World of Color Lagoon we go, where final touches are being placed on the lighthouses, the projection laser towers that they need to illuminate the show. Lots of work has been going on to recreate the magic for World of Color all over again. As we've reported to you in recent months, this baby has been out of commission since Disneyland reopened, and we can't wait to see it come back next month. And earlier this past week, Disney California Adventure hosted milestone service anniversary celebrations on 2 nights for cast members, Imagineers, and employees, complete with red carpet down Buena Vista Street, celebratory food, drinks, character appearances. Chairman Josh D'Amaro was present, as well as President of the Disneyland Resort, Ken Potrock, and a big thank you to all the cast members that continue to make magic for us every day. And now we drop into downtown Disney where, there ain't nothing here no more. That's right, going towards the west end near the Disneyland Hotel, everything has been brought down. The old AMC Theater complex is gone, Sugar Boo has been removed, Starbucks has been demolished, and yes, even Earl of Sandwich is gone. You get an idea as to just how much space there is to work with now. They have demolished everything on this end of downtown Disney. In addition to that, we also realize that there's going to be a lot more room to move around based on the concept art that Disney has shared with us and this room now made available. It's something that's going to be very interesting, especially given the fact that this motif and this sort of architecture is not reminiscent of what the rest of downtown Disney looks like. Makes you wonder if they're going to be retheming the rest of downtown Disney to sort of fit it. But definitely new views for everybody walking through this end of downtown. And one of the nice things about downtown Disney right now is the chalk art that they continue to place around the property. This one celebrating Women's Month, and certainly something that's nice to see and take pictures with. And of course, stop by Marceline's Confectionery here in downtown Disney and get yourself the most adorable little chicky candy apple. Yeah, these candied apples are definitely prepared for Easter time and are limited run. Not many updates when it comes to the Grand Californian or the Paradise Pier Hotel. However, the Disneyland Hotel has had some developments. The happiest hotel on Earth continues all of its construction and moving forward with the new Disney Vacation Club Tower, going right back here behind the main pool and alongside Goofy's Kitchen. This back corner of the property is about all they have left for the sake of expansion, and you'll see that there is lots of movement upward for the sake of building this tower to the sky. The concept art does make it look very different from the other towers. Naturally, Disney Vacation Club usually looks different, but do you think that this is inspired enough, whimsical enough for the Disneyland Hotel? Or is it something that lacks a little bit of whimsy? We'd love to hear from you. And right alongside all of that construction work, it looks like refurbishment work has begun on Goofy's Kitchen, at least the outside of the restaurant, which is the bottom floor. The top floor here is a banquet space, and it looks like this is mostly aesthetic at this point. If anything shifts or changes, we'll keep our eye on it and let you know just as soon as it does. And outside of Disneyland Resort's main entrance, the stroller shop has over here, tucked to its side, the Disneyland Kennel Club, something we check in every couple of updates because we do get questions about it. The Kennel Club is a place where you can bring your dogs to stay for the day and basically be babysat. It is still not open at this point, has not reopened since Disneyland did last year. Well, my friends, that about does it for this Disneyland drop-in, and now you are up to date. Make sure that you are subscribed to us with that notification bell turned on, and if you like what you saw here today, a thumbs up is always appreciated. For the Kingdom Report, I'm Heath. We'll see you next time for another installment of of the Disneyland Drop-In.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.